Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. A couple of things you asked yesterday about, you, as you mentioned, should we be looking at a search warrant for Meadows? Is it part of Jack Smith's investigation? Have they rolled this into that or opened a new case or grand jury on Meadows? You said we've got to know what happened with this binder, more importantly, whether this was a mere accident or whether the intention was to hand it to Russia to expose U.S. intel sources and methods against Russia. This does have the feeling of some much bigger shoes to drop here, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've become so accustomed, Stephanie, and I'm responsible for it because I'm on TV all the time, but of knowing, and there's been way too many leaks, we tend to go, hey, how come we haven't heard about this? What's going on? When will we be briefed on this top secret investigation? I think there is a classified investigation into this. It would be labeled a leak or mishandling case. And I would not be surprised, with all the trouble that Meadows is in, if he's already been asked about this. And if indeed he destroyed it, gave it away, whatever, handled it sloppily, there's a crime for that. There's something that will cover that, whatever the heck happened to this thing.
Yeah. The other thing you tweeted about, just obviously in the threat environment we're in, Frank, you said the president's motorcade was parked when a civilian vehicle crashed into one of the official cars. Secret Service whisked Biden away as agents surrounded the suspect car at gunpoint. Biden unharmed he clearly was shocked. I guess the president saw this. I mean, again, we've heard Chris Wray talk about the threat environment and our violent right-wing extremist problem. This seems shocking, though, that they got that close to the president. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's an accident, but as you're referencing, it really doesn't matter, does it? Because whether it's an accident or not, it's a demonstration that you can actually make impact with the president's motorcade. We need to know more about this. The president, for those who haven't seen this, the president was outside of a vehicle, coming out of a building, about to enter his limo when a crash was heard, and it was down the line, all the cars involved in a motorcade. Somebody maybe just took a wrong turn and smashed into it. But the question is, was Biden safely whisked away? That language, by the way, is not mine. I repeated it from the reporting, and people have also pointed out to me on social media, that doesn't look like a whisking away. It looks like people were stunned, and then they eventually got him in the car. So yes, I am concerned in this threat environment about whether or not Secret Service has appropriately, to match the threat level, ratcheted up their plans to protect Biden.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously we have some reasons to distrust Secret Service, with a lot of the reporting surrounding January 6th. So I think it's concerning. Speaking of January 6th, I just got to get your take on the president calling January 6th terrorists who have been convicted, who pled guilty, calling them hostages, when we currently have Americans being held hostage by Hamas.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. Talk about a guy who can't read the room. I don't know how many Jewish American voters, walked away from him in the last 24 hours with that comment. You have people whose lives have been lost in Israel. I don't know if you caught the 60 Minutes piece last night. A woman who was held hostage was interviewed. It was heart-wrenching, heart-wrenching. She had to hand her baby to her husband because her husband ran faster. So he took the baby. Wow. They hid in a ditch. She got kidnapped. And it's a horror story. And we have a president who is analogizing the defendants who are locked up. By the way, the ones who are locked up are the ones that are deemed dangerous and are facing serious time. But he's calling them hostages, just like the Israeli and American Israeli hostages in Gaza right now. It's a disgrace. And one day they're patriots, another day they're hostages, another day he's taping a version of the national anthem with these prisoners. They're traitors. They're prisoners. They're criminals. They're not hostages.
Yeah. No, thank you. And it just, some days you feel like you're waking up in some sort of just pre-fascist nightmare. There's a QAnon shaman, I think, is running for Congress.
Yes.
And I just saw him at a convention this weekend. He's signing, there's an autograph line. He's in his
get up.
Viking.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank, this is not hyperbole, that we are really facing whether we're going to keep our democracy or devolve into fascism.
If I hear another person like Lindsey Graham or someone like that kind of dismiss the threat we're in and say, oh, he's joking, or, Trump come out and go, oh, I was just kidding. So, the one-day dictator thing, that was a joke. No, it's not. It's no joke. It's for real. It's an existential threat to our democratic republic. It's not going to get better. He's not going to rise to the occasion. He never has. And this time around, he will surround himself to ensure there is no Pat Cipollone. There is no one to do the right thing. There will be no Vice President Pence who ultimately does the right thing on the right time. That's not going to happen. And they're planning for it right now. And one-day dictator means one day of appointing cabinet-level secretaries and agency heads at FBI and DOD and everywhere else that want to dismantle our democracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank, thanks so much for serving not just your country, but more importantly, the Stephanie Miller Show. And
Stay safe. Stay safe, everybody.
Happy holidays.